pick up the action back in the second quarter. Kick Elliott down to put him free for the Eagles. Better get all of this one. He's got a ways to go. And this kick is good. He needed to get all there, and he did. So we have reached halftime in Super Bowl 59 from New Orleans. Now we'll head over to Orlando, Florida. Check in with Jonathan Coachman for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Our apologies to the halftime performers and anyone hoping for a quick snack break. Nope, not this time. We're pushing right through and getting the third quarter started. Final halftime adjustments to the season are out of the way. Time to put them into action here. Quarter 3 of the Super Bowl is underway. Coverage teams getting down to the 26-yard line. The Eagles and A.J. Brown set for another look on offense here. They certainly had no issue scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. The drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. And he opts not to bring this one out. So they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The Cowboys and running back Good Down back out now. Down double digits from field goals like we saw in their last drive. Aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. First and 10 now from the 30. First down, here's Dak.
We want to post up at the
Escape from the pocket. Much beyond the line, a yard at most. Like his dad before him, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. on the tackle. They'll come to the line here.
Do you want to post at the terminal for the night, or do you want to grab the train and head over there?
Well, it's on your clock, bro. Just go over there. How far is it from the terminal to over there? No, from the terminal to over there. I would say go ahead and go. Be the one less thing you got to deal with tomorrow.
Just time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. That's taken at the 15. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Hard to do better than that. A 66-yard punt. And the Eagles will take possession. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Hurts looking to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down. The Eagles are in punt formation. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. Starts his return from the 23. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys will get set to go on offense. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Off the play fake, it's Prescott. Got Lamb, and it's complete. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas. Give now to the running back. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Play action, Prescott. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Oh, look at this, here he goes. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Cooper to Gene with the stop. Here we go, 2nd and 9. It's Pickens on the slant. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Cowboys shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. It's a Dak Prescott touchdown. For the point after, here's Aubrey. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Cowboys get it back to within 6. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Starting from the 5. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. He puts some power on a deep one. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles go up by 12. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play, 70 yards, and 6 points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they had prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays? Why even call a different one? I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry. Perfect call to catch him sleeping to start that drive.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The Cowboys and George Pickens set for this next possession. And the touchdowns got to keep coming for them as they still trail here. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now we're on the counter. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Dak out of the pistol. This ball's caught by Pickens. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. It was Reed Blankenship making the stop. And the Birds put their dime package out there. Third down coming up. From the gun is Prescott. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Prescott here from the gun. He's on the move. He takes it himself. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. That's Nolan Smith there for the stop.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out. Working from the pistol, Prescott. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Distance is good, but not the accuracy. He just missed it left. And that's going to keep the difference at 14 points.
Hey, listen, I know kickers are arguably better today than they've ever been in the history of football. But anything from 60-plus is still awfully ambitious. And that time, it didn't pan out.
Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Here's a give inside to Gainwell. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Tackled there by Jordan Lewis. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Catch is made down the right sideline. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles stretch their lead to 21. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Cowboys about set to take over. And the turnovers have not helped as they find this game out of reach at the moment here in the 3rd. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now Dak to throw. He's on the move. He can run it. And he gets it forward, is still about a yard out of that. Bryce Huff in on the tackle. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Tossing right to the short side. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. That's going to go down as a gain of 7. Now they're going to have 3rd and 2. So we're winding down to the end of the 2024 season. Eagles with an extra man in the secondary for this 3rd down. Out of his shotgun. They'll give it to him inside.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a third and short stop.
Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. They're going for it. Here's Prescott. Chased out to his right. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. That was the biggest 3-yard gain you're going to see because instead of a turnover on downs, Brock, it gets them a first. Back to throw. Here's Dak. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Cooper to Gene in to pick it off.
This is a lonely place. And I don't know how many walk in the planet have thrown 5 picks, but I'll raise my hand. I did it in an apple cup. And it is a lonely, humbling feeling. Everything that could go wrong, well, it's gone wrong for this quarterback today. And I hope that's the last time we see him throw a pass in this one.
On first down, Hurts. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. Trayvon Diggs has got it. Well, they had the advantage for a moment, Brock, but turns out that is all just that moment because they throw an interception to give the ball right back.
And for once, both coaches on both sidelines are preaching the same message. Take care of the ball. Not often you see back-to-back plays end in interceptions, and we're right back to where we were just a couple moments ago. You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can you get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Dak now from the gun. That's Lamb running the slant. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Dak throwing again. Throw complete to Lamb. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. First down, ball at the 36. Another throw for Prescott. Cut out left. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Cowboys first down. Dak to the air here. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Escapes the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And they're headed in reverse after that sack. 2nd and goal back to all the way up to the 14 here. Trying again following the sack. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Cooper to Gene in to pick it off. And the Eagles have it once again after yet another interception.
I think it's safe to say his day is beyond repair now, if it wasn't long ago. He just hasn't been reading these coverages at all, and it's clearly not on the same page with his receivers. I think it really is now time to think about his confidence for future games and get him out of this ball game.
First down throwing for Hurts. Finds a seam down the middle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
First down, a run with Barkley. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Hurts now from the gun. This one snagged by Dallas Goedert. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Now a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. That's complete. Here's Brown. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal. Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. The key, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
Throw left side, complete. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Eagles about set to celebrate this win.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Option as well.
Oh, surprise gift to the receiver near the goal line. And he's in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles put up even more points in a win. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating a defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. The Cowboys and quarterback Dak Prescott ready to get back to work. And unfortunately, he's been completing passes to the opposition seemingly as often. First and 10 now from the 30. Man in motion here. Throwing on first is Prescott. Oh no, they get him yet again. Keely Ringo picks it off. And the Eagles have it again after yet another interception.
You know, my dad was my old high school coach. He was a play caller. He's an offensive guy. And after days like this, and I remember one in particular, he'd say, son, some days peanuts, some days shells. This has been nothing but a bunch of shells for this quarterback today.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Forced out to his right. Throwing all the way to the end zone. Big gain downfield. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Got to hurry this to the line.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Barkley. And stop me if you've heard this before, Brock. They've scored again, and they grow that lead further. The Eagles keep running away with this. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles continue piling on to this lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback, this drive starting from the 30. Offense headed back out there now for Dallas. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable experience. And they pick him off again. Keely Ringo picks it off. And the Eagles have it again after yet another interception.
That throw has got to be the last we've seen of him this contest. I'm just not sure how they leave him in when the defense is clearly all over whatever he's trying to throw. The amount of frustration he is feeling is only going to lead to additional miscues. Please, for the love of God, take this man out.
Barkley trying this up the gut. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. Offense hurrying to the line with the clock running.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 18-yard line.
They go to Barkley again. And he's brought down for a loss.
All I could tell him there was good luck. You get a safety all over a run like that, they could just smell it like a shark with blood in the water. And you feel fortunate if you're even able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. The timeout's taken now as we have 1, possibly 2 snaps remaining in this ball game.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
All right, this is going to be the final play of the game. Back to throw, Hurts. Hauled in left side. And he'll go down shy the end zone. They mark him at the 4. And the birthplace of America sure is going to be rocking again tonight. The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions. Here's Commissioner Goodell about to present another Lombardi Trophy to the Philadelphia Eagles, your champions of Super Bowl 59. So that's a wrap on another incredible year of NFL coverage here on EA Sports. It was a memorable and very fun first year in the booth for myself and my partner in crime here, Mr. Brock Heward. Until next season, I'm Kate Scott. Thanks for joining us, everybody, and good night from New Orleans.